Hi there, I'm your lesson. Gino! My apologies. Hi there, I'm your lesson, and this is the Apatros Action 52 Masochist. By the way, that was my dog Gino barking in the background. Now, in this episode, we take a look at, well, where do I even start with this one? This is exactly the kind of game that will make you doubt your sanity and destroy your mind. Perhaps the weirdest sight ever seen by NES gamers back in 1991, and most certainly unique, this two-level platformer has you, the player, control a pair of fingers that must walk through a surreal landscape of upside-down terrain, doors that in the end don't go anywhere, all manner of weird enemies trying to break your knuckles, and a groovy soundtrack that was stolen from an old Atari 2600 music simulator called the Music Studio. This is game number 48 on the original NES Multicard Action 52, and it's called Time Warp Tickers. It's a platformer, also an 8-bit acid trip simulator. No bosses, only 2 levels. I spent ages on level 2 but did not clear it, and my high score was 175,000 points. This was apparently made by Def Number 4, and an unofficial member of the Action 52 Dev Squad who had just finished music school prior to becoming the helping hand here, and who was taught by the other members of the team on how to use an NES dev kit. He worked on several other games on this multicart, but Time Warp Tickers is his most infamous piece of work. I've got to say, the first time I booted this game up, I was quite surprised at what I was seeing. I had seen a lot of weird shit in my day, and playing weird games, but this thing was awesomely mind-bendingly weird. Any remark made by others about what kind of drugs these guys were on are most certainly valid questions, as this feels like some sort of LCD trip, rendered 8-bit graphics and with a musical bent. Now, in my situation, I had a little problem. I could not make the fingers jump, possibly due to my ROM being revision B, which was the last updated version of Action 52 cartridge that fixed many glitches on the multicart, and allowed you to play the 2 games that didn't load on physical cartridges. So I was stuck being unable to kill enemies too high for my fingers to flick off, which leads me to explain the attack, as it is literally you killing your enemies by flicking them away, like you would flick an ant crawling on your arm. The flicking action is also hampered by being purely melee attack, with an extremely precise timing. You have to be absolutely spot on with your timing, as the enemy has to be precisely 1 pixel away from you before you flick, meaning that if they get 1 pixel too close, you die, which results in your fingers becoming a time with a question mark. Successfully flicking your enemy results in them turning to a time with a question mark, as you just saw. But upon practice, you'll develop a fair means of being able to time your flicking accurately. No guarantees there, bud. Due to me being not able to jump, I couldn't get any further than the first few scale meters of level 2 because there was one clock enemy that came too high to flick, so I decided to turn this into a points harvesting run. I had the Game Genie hacking cheat code on for infinite lives. There was no code for infinite energy for this one for some reason. Oh, and by the way, sometimes if you're flicking and an enemy comes from behind, that actually fades through you without harming you, like you saw a few seconds ago. Time Warp Tickers is perhaps the only NES game I can recommend for stoners or acid heads with a love for retro 8-bit gaming. If you want to play a game and make your NES console or emulator software have a joint trip with you, this is the one to play. While the game is ridiculously hard to beat unless you're paranoid stopping every few scale meters to fend off attacks from both sides, those enemy sprites are indeed the most ruthless of all enemies in Action 52, thus making it less enjoyable. The utter weirdness on offer here actually helps it get to the average level, and for my money, the second best game of the Action 52 NES, just for the what the fuck factor. That being said, if you're a stoner, then this is a masterpiece. Now apparently that time with a question mark refers to an obscure dance where the participants call out time at certain points, but really could be anything. One hell of a trip, man. And I give this Time Warp Tickers C, which is a 4 out of 10, it's average. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, comments, or associated trivia for this review subject, leave in the comments, I'll be happy to respond. Hope you guys are staying safe, take it easy, and see ya. Man, this is one hell of a weird game.